Hello guys, I'm Sri Harita and I'll be explaining about the menstrual cycle and the frequently asked questions about menstrual cycle. So the first and foremost question which keeps arriving in our minds is what exactly is menstrual cycle? Though we keep going through the phase every month, many of us don't know what actually happens in our body. So here I'll be explaining what is menstrual cycle through a video.
Egg! Whee! Egg!
Blop 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 blow. Blop 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 blow. Blop 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 blow.
So, just like said in the video, this is what happens every month in a female reproductive system. So, why is this thing happening? Why this blood in our body comes out? So, from the female reproductive system, the sperm needs to get attached with the egg in the female reproductive system. Whenever this sperm doesn't get attached with the female reproductive system's egg, the egg in the body is not fertilized. So this unfertilized egg needs to come out of our body, which is why we all bleed for 3 to 5 days. So this is why it happens, and most of the people keep asking me if the blood in the female reproductive system and the blood which we bleed every month is pure or impure. First thing is that I want to tell that the blood is pure. It's not that it's impure and that is why it's coming up. Because when you get pregnant, for the complete 9 months, this blood is the blood which keeps your baby safe in your womb. You do not bleed when you are pregnant. So this is what happens when you are pregnant. You do not bleed. This blood is what protects your baby in the womb. So it's not impure, it's just that it needs to bleed out so that the egg in the body goes out, and again our female reproductive system keeps producing new eggs. This is what actually happens. So now I'll be reading the questions which have been asked, and then I'll be answering. And the most important thing I want to tell you guys is that I'm no professional. I'm just a person who keeps reading a lot and keep asking our gynecologists, and so I'll be just sharing the knowledge I have, and you won't be having any problem with the knowledge I share. First question many people ask me is that why is menstrual cycle still treated as a taboo in our society? The main thing was, in our olden days, the thing which was happening was, as we all know, during this 3 to 5 days or how many ever days when we bleed, we literally drain out. We get so exhausted and we feel like there is no energy left in our body at all. So when this is happening, what our ancestors or anyone before them did was they wanted to give complete rest to women for these days, for how many ever days. They want their ultimate agenda was to give rest to the woman. So what they did was they told you shouldn't touch them, or you shouldn't give them any work. They'll be sitting alone and they'll be isolated. The main agenda was to not treat women like an untouchable. It's not like, treating, like humiliating them because of that and all, which we see nowadays. It's not at all the agenda. The main thing was they just wanted to give everyone rest, the needed rest, because of this one. And also there are many reasons, scientific reasons behind this too. When you think biologically, when you bleed out every month, when this blood in your body comes out, definitely we all feel dizzy, like exhausted, with no energy left in our bodies. At the end of the day, we don't feel like doing anything at all. And also there will be a lot of hormones playing around, and it's like you'll have fluctuating hormones in your body, which results in a lot of mood swings. So keeping all this in mind, our ancestors have said that women need rest. Women will not work. They won't be doing anything for all these days. They'll be just resting, and that's all. But that doesn't exactly mean that they should be humiliated and they should be isolated. They want enough rest, because every woman now and before, every woman works for like 24/7. That literally drains out. And even even if they keep working for these 3 to 5 days, it'll completely you won't have anything left in your body. What will they even do if they don't get rest for these 3 to 5 days at least? That was their agenda. But these days, we follow the traditions which have been modified, literally modified, like anything which doesn't have any link to what our ancestors said. What our ancestors say, when you go in depth to all the subjects, when you go in depth and study about all the subjects, one thing you'll understand is that they have many things in mind. They have considered all the biological reasons, psychological reasons, and what not, and then they came to a conclusion to implement these things. But nowadays people just think it's a superstition or something, and they keep humiliating girls and all. This is very wrong. Give enough rest. It doesn't mean you don't actually touch them. What they said was, don't don't stress them out, don't give them work, just let them sleep, take rest and all. Previous days it was like women were literally used as toys. That is the reason why they said do not touch them during this 3 to 5 days. That is the reason behind all this. But nowadays we are literally acting like fools. That is not at all fair. We are educated. We people need to know what is right and what is wrong. In spite of we knowing everything, in spite of all the social media, in spite of all the exposure we get, we still are treating women like shit during periods. I don't understand what's the point in it. This is very wrong, and we should definitely take a step to remove this kind of stigma in the society. Women in periods are not at all impure. If they are impure, why will they even produce a baby? Why will that blood be used to protect the baby in the womb? When it is impure, why do you think, how do you think that impure blood and impure body could be used to produce a baby? Not at all the thing. The thinking in the society should definitely change, and we should be the generation to bring the change, because our previous generation are literally they never had internet, they never had enough exposure. Everyone were whatever their ancestors say, whatever the elders say, that is what they have heard. We hear number of stories every day. We literally know the entire world. Why do we guys still have to keep these things in mind and treat women like shit? That is not at all fair. What I feel is see, I'm not telling you don't follow these rules, do not give women work, don't treat don't give them enough rest and go and touch them. Even if your parents tell you not to touch them, go and touch them, do whatever you want and all. No, I don't say that, but the agenda is to give them enough rest. Give them enough rest, don't stress them out. But if you want to follow, you can follow. Even at our place we follow these traditions, but that doesn't mean you treat women like shit. Treat them like a proper human being. Will they ever treat you like shit? The first question, do women ever treat you like shit? Will your mother treat you like shit? I don't think so. How many ever times you humiliate her? How many ever times you speak like whatever you want? Will she ever humiliate you? No, right? Will your wife humiliate you? No, you humiliate her. Everything you show your anger on her, temper, everything you show everything on her. But does she humiliate you? Does she do something against your will? No, right? Why do you have to treat them like shit? Give them equal importance. Give them some importance. That is what we all need. This stigma in the society which says, don't touch women, treat them like shit, they're untouchables during this period, is not at all fair. We should be the ones who will be bring the change in the society. When you guys get married, when you guys take care of your parents or sisters or anyone, do not treat them like shit. They're special. They are special because of which they're doing all these miracles. Can you give birth to a baby? Can you carry a baby for whole 9 months? You are in this world literally because of a woman, and how can you even treat her like shit? Do not do all these things. Understand the basic agenda, understand their ulterior motive behind all this, and you guys should definitely be the change in the society. I don't think boys or women these days are still so stupid and so narrow-minded that they don't get these things. Almost everyone of my friends, I don't see them like that. They are more mature than the previous generation. We should actually be that. You should actually be the change in our society. This stigma in the society needs to be eradicated by us, not anyone else. Anyone else in this society can never do anything about this. Understand, we need rest. That doesn't mean you need to treat us like untouchables. Do not treat us like shit. Treat us like an equal. Why do you even have to treat us like something special? We never asked you to treat us like something special. We just ask you to treat us like an equal. How you speak to your friends, how you speak to your best friends, you should actually treat them like an equal. If you can't treat them like equal, what's the point in all the education you get, how much ever you earn and all? Ultimately, your girl or your wife or your mother, no one will be happy with your behavior. So we should be the change in the society. That is what I can say. I literally request every one of my friends who are seeing this, you guys needs to change. You guys should be the change in the society. You guys should completely change your mentality. This is not how it works. What is wrong is that you completely isolating them and not taking care of them, and not thinking about how they're feeling. That is wrong. There is a case in North India, I guess, in some Nepal or something. There a girl literally died because of the smell, because of her own smell for the 3 days, because she was isolated in a separate room. That is wrong. Understand the difference. We are not I am not asking you to don't follow the morals or don't follow the good or anything. What I'm telling is, I don't think it's wrong. All I'm telling is, know what is right and what is wrong. That's it. So going to the next question, what is the importance of using pads? Pads is I think almost every one of you know. Basic thing is that we all nowadays don't sit at home and take care of household chores and all. Previous generation, most of us all step out and do our everyday work. So for that we use it for safety, but we all know this. What I want to say is that it's time for us to use the biodegradable sanitary napkins, because as you all know, we are protesting against plastic in oceans and animals eating plastic and dying and all. We all keep seeing news. So this menstrual cycle is something we cannot ignore. This is something we all go through every month, literally every month, and we cannot ignore this. And when we cannot ignore this, we need to take certain measures to make sure that nothing can cause harm because of us. So when we don't want anything to get destroyed or cause harm to anyone else or any animal or anything, it's time for us to change to the biodegradable sanitary napkins. So, and the other question I was asked is that why don't we use this menstrual cups we are getting nowadays? See, I feel we are still living in a country where using pads is also a sin. Many people still need to get out of this mindset. Still, people think that using pads is something disrespectful, or it's not it's not good or something. They have some superstition in mind that they shouldn't use pads and all. Keeping this people in mind, you can't literally ask them to shift from nothing to menstrual cups all of a sudden. And menstrual cups usage is also a little complicated for even us to. It is, yeah, of course, even like you can't ask them to like literally go from nothing to menstrual cups. It is a step. It's a step-by-step process. Once if they get used to biodegradable pads or pads at least, then even they will be like getting idea about about themselves, and they'll be upgrading themselves about what to do with their bodies and all. All we have to do is give them some idea about what it is. We can't just force them to do this or that. All it is our responsibility to give them an idea about what it is. This is good and this is bad. Choose whatever you want to do. That is all we can do. We cannot force them to use menstrual cups or pads or tampons or whatever it is. So the next one is, what should men or boys know about menstrual cycle? So coming to this, I feel every boy, every man should know everything about menstrual cycle just like a girl does. Though these days, not only these days, though most of the girls or women these days don't know completely about this, men and boys should also have equal education regarding this. Because see, we all coexist in this world. At the end of the day, you'll get to live with your brothers or your sisters, boys with sisters, girls with brothers, or girls with their husbands, boys with their wives, or mother, father, whoever it is. At the end of the day, we all should coexist, and for this we should make sure that we all are living in a safe place. It's not like hiding or feeling uncomfortable with your own brothers or sisters or husband or something. We need to make sure that everyone is comfortable with everyone. I don't think it's a secret. I feel it's an open secret these days. It's an open secret. Every guy know, every girl know. But the thing is, we need to accept it. Girls need to be more casual about it. They shouldn't feel shy about what is going on. They should be more casual. They should be yeah, this is going on. This is what happens to us. And when it comes to guys, they should be they should be responsible, not bullying a girl, seeing her bleed and all. This is bullshit. They should not do that. You guys need to understand that we all live in the same society, and we need to make sure that someone is comfortable with us. Don't make us feel all uncomfortable every time. Make us feel comfortable with whatever atmosphere it is. If we are in college, why do you have to bully a girl for being on periods? What's the point? And girls, what's the point in feeling shy for what you're going on? There's nothing to feel shy. It's a gift. It's literally a gift to all these girls, all our girls. It's a gift. Do not feel shy for what you're going on. Boys need not bully us for what we're going through. Who are you to bully us? It is a gift for us. Can you do this? Are you going through this and surviving? No, we are doing that. You need not bully us. You need not tell us what is going on. If you are really that responsible, and if you really want to do something, make our society a very comfortable place for us. Even if it's a college or workplace or whatever it is, why do you have to make it more uncomfortable? That's not the point. That is the reason every one of us need to know about what is actually going on. If every one of us have equal education about all these things, at the end of the day, at some point of time, we all tend to understand what's going on, and which leads us to live in harmony. At least after few years, we need to start trying. At least it's not that the change happens overnight. Nothing happens overnight. It will definitely take time, but all we have to do is try from today, so that tomorrow or your next generations will have a safer place to live. And it's not only that. Do not tell your girls, like whoever you are, do not tell your sisters or daughters or any wives or anyone to keep it a secret. Do not tell them that it's a shameful thing to feel bad for it or something. Do not do that. Do not feel shy for that. It is nothing for you to feel shy. It is a gift from God. Do not feel shy. And guys, to all the parents, if you're seeing this, I just want to tell that how much ever you're telling your girls, teach the same thing to boys too. Boys are no exception. Do not leave your boys go do whatever you want. Because you're not girls, you can do everything. We are still living in a society where parents just leave guys because they're guys, and we have 100 restrictions to girls. Why should that happen? Are you not weren't you teenagers before? Do you guys know how it feels like? Why do you have to do that? If you have sons or brothers or anything, teach them the same thing. Tell them the same thing what you tell the girls. If you're restricting girls on something, be home by this time, be home by that time, or whatever you're telling, wear this kind of clothes, wear that kind of clothes, or behave like this with men. Why do you only have to tell that to girls? Why don't you teach your sons or brothers or anyone to how to behave with girls? Teach your sons to how to behave with girls. You are a woman. You have been a girl once. You know how it feels like. Teach your sons about how to behave with girls. Do not only teach your daughters to how to behave with men. We know what are our limits. I don't tell 100% girls are good. It all, at the end of the day, it all comes to one thing, that where there is good, there is evil too. But that doesn't mean you don't tell anything to boys, and you don't tell anything to your sons or anyone, and make all boys bad. Why do you have to do that? Teach your boys the same thing how you teach your daughters. Then the society will change. The day you start teaching your sons, the society will change. When you tell your daughter to feel shy, do not talk to fellow boys. Do not give them more attention. Don't let them get close to you or something. Tell the same thing to your sons too. Tell this exact same thing to your sons too. Tell them not to get close to girls. Tell them not to misuse their feelings. Tell them not to misuse everything every freedom they are given by. Tell them to speak to girls with respect. Tell them to maintain distance with girls. Tell them how to behave with girls. Don't just tell that since they are boys, they don't literally need to know anything. Since they are boys, since they earn, they'll do everything they want. What's the point? We earn today. We are earning today. Girls are equally earning along with boys. And you still tell the same thing, that boys earn and the family is depending on the boy, so he can do anything he wants. That is wrong. Treat your girl, teach your daughter, teach your son in the same way. Tell them the same rules. Do not leave your son because he's a boy. Do not leave your girl because she's a girl. Treat them like equals, and then there will be a change. Boys need to know everything equally along with girls. Do not make anyone feel uncomfortable with either of the genders. That is not at all fair. This thing needs to be changed. Teach your sons too. That is very important. So the next one is that how can guys help girls and make them feel comfortable during periods? It's a good question. What I want to say is that, see, we girls do not tell you whatever we are going through. We do not tell you what we are going through. We keep some things, like there are certain things which we keep to ourselves. This is a kind of thing which we love to keep it to ourselves. We do not want to tell you that I'm going through this, I'm going through that. We do not tell you anything we're going through. Then what's your problem? Why do you have to make us feel uncomfortable when we do not tell you anything? Just be casual, just like be friendly, do not humiliate us. When you see your friend, if you see your fellow friend, your friend in girls or woman feeling uncomfortable, or having a lot of mood swings, understand that she's in pain. Get her some food, or make her feel good, go and talk to her, or do something very usual. You need not do something very special or something to make us feel comfortable. We do not literally ask you to do something for us. When we are in college, when one of your friend is going through this, does she tell you? No, she doesn't tell you. She doesn't tell anything to you. Then why do you have to even worry about how to make her feel comfortable? There's nothing to worry exactly. Just be casual. Don't make her feel like, oh my god, you're going through something. See, it's like due to many hormonal changes in our body, we'll be in a roller coaster of emotions for all these days, for this 3 to 5, how many hour days it is. And when you guys keep, humiliating or cracking lame jokes or something, definitely she'll be like, she'll burst out. She won't be in a position to listen to all those. Understand that she's in pain. Understand that she needs someone to comfort her. Just speak normally. Just tell her that you understand her. That is what we all need. We don't literally come to you and say, oh my god, I'm in pain, I'm not able to bear this, blah blah blah. We do not tell. We are like very secretive when it comes to this part. Very secretive. You guys literally need not do anything except making sure that you are not making us feel uncomfortable. Do not make us feel uncomfortable. That is all we ask you guys. Everything else we can handle. We literally can handle. Do not make us feel uncomfortable. At any point of time, not only during this period, at any point of time, do not make anyone feel uncomfortable. Be like more friendly. Talk to her, sit and tell her that you understand and it's okay. Tell her it's everything's gonna be fine. That is all you ever have to do. You need not put some special powers, or you need not have special powers to make us feel comfortable and all. There's nothing you have to do. Just make sure that you're not making her feel uncomfortable at all. So I feel girls overreact when it comes to this particular topic. They exaggerate everything they feel during this particular time. I strongly feel they're being over dramatic, and I also think there's nothing great in what they're going through. Girls are designed in such a way that they go through these things, and why do they have to speak like they're going through hell? These are my thoughts, and almost most of the guys' thoughts on girls and menstruation. It would be great if you can elaborate about this phase, which will enlighten guys. See, the thing is, it's not that they're being over dramatic or overact or exaggerate everything. It is you yourself told that we are designed to do this. We are designed to go through this phase. Of course we are designed. Then how can you complain about being over dramatic, overacting and exaggerating everything when we are designed like that? When we are designed to go through this phase, we are also designed. There is it's a parallel path. When we are going through this, and parallelly we'll be having some hormonal changes too. We'll be having some hormonal imbalances that definitely result in all this. How can you even think that we are voluntarily overacting and exaggerating everything and telling you everything? There's no point in it. You yourself said we are designed to do that. We are designed, and hence we are doing it. No matter how you guys treat us and all, we're still going through the same thing every month, and we are still surviving. Yes, it is nothing like we are overacting. That is what happens in our body. There are few things we cannot ignore, though we don't want to though we don't want to get stuff, or don't want to cry, or don't want to get angry something. Though we don't want to do that, the hormones inside our body definitely at some point of time will crack us open, and we do everything. At that point of time we do not even realize that we are like exaggerating everything and overacting, and we are crying, or we are overly happy, we are like enjoying or something. We do not know that after a certain point of time it's like, oh, I was crying then maybe because of this thing. Yeah, I now understand that will be the thing after some point of time, but at that point of time we ourselves don't know what is going on or what we're going through or anything. It's not that they're overacting, it is what their mind does to them involuntarily. That is not an voluntary action, that is an involuntary action, definitely not a voluntary action. And there is nothing great. How can you even say that there is nothing great in what they go through? It's like, can you give birth to a baby? Can you exactly go through this every month throughout your life, and then give birth to a baby and bleed even after giving birth to a baby and taking care of them, feeding them and all? How can you tell that there is nothing great in it? Ask your mom about how she felt before, how she feels like. Sit, like, every guy who feels the same thing, that there is nothing great, I suggest a thing: go sit and talk to your mothers. Go and sit, talk to your mothers for half an hour at least about what they go through. They'll definitely tell you. Ask them how much she struggled to give birth to you, she'll tell you. Then if you still think there is nothing great in what we are going through, and we still keep overacting, over exaggerating and everything, no, it's okay. If you think like that, even after talking to your mothers or sisters or whoever is close to you, if you still feel the same thing, I can say that no one can change you. Because after talking to them, at least you should be in a position where you understand their pain. We do not simply go through this wantonly. Talk to them and decide it for yourself. Next one. I'm a girl, but still I don't know about what's happening with my body and why exactly I bleed every month. My mother was so happy when I first started bleeding and said that it's a good sign for a girl to bleed. She explained me about how to use pads so that I don't stain my clothes. Our teachers never explained it properly because they were feeling shy to speak in front of boys in the class, although there was a chapter in biology. I browsed through many sites, but still I didn't get any clarity about my menstrual cycle. So this is the scenario with almost every girl, I must say, because even when we had a lesson in school in biology, nothing was properly explained because of the same reason. Teachers, the female teachers will never be, female teachers or male teachers, whoever it is, they won't be in a proper position to explain everything in front of everyone. If it is female teacher, they'll be feeling shy to explain it in front of boys in the class, and then if it's female teachers, they'll be feeling feeling somewhat odd to speak it in front of girls. So this has actually happened with me too. I later got to know when I was going through all this, and when I first spoke to my gynecologist, and then when I was going through Google, just like how you said. So you must now be in a position to understand this. When I showed you the video about the menstrual cycle, I hope you understood what exactly happens in your body. If you didn't understand, comment down below or just drop me a mail. I'll try to contact you in person. So the next one. My girlfriend says she's not allowed to touch anything or anyone during her monthly cycle. Why is it so? She feels so miserable, alone with pain, and her parents still want her to sit alone in a corner of a room. I don't want this to happen with anyone. I feel it's too humiliating. I'm sure that I won't do this to her once we get married, but this should change. No man should do this to their wives. I want to know if there is any intention behind not touching girls or women during these days. The only reason is to give them enough rest, because in olden days girls are only used as toys. They were not given proper position or anything. Their identity will only be their husbands, not their own selves, and because of that, there is nothing else for them to do except taking care of their husbands, children, taking care of the household chores and all. Because of that, it's too tiring for them. So for that sake, our ancestors have decided, taking care of all the taking in consideration of all the biological, psychological reasons behind. There are biological and psychological reasons behind this too. They didn't want women to just how this guy asked before, that they overact, exaggerate and all. This happens because of the hormonal changes, and they feel like they're so weak and drained out because they keep bleeding. These are the psychological and biological reasons. Because of this, they didn't want girls to get affected, and also they didn't want the other members in the house to get affected, because there were joint families. They were living at least 10 to 20 people at home, so they don't want everyone to get disturbed. That doesn't mean they didn't treat her properly. They always gave her enough food, made sure that she's comfortable. These days, these traditions are all so much altered and everything. These days, they think that girls should be treated like shit and impure, like untouchabilities, because they're going through this phase. Even your ancestors didn't treat girls like this. Even if they're wives or mothers or children, they never treated them like this. They took care of them. Though they were told to sit alone aside, they took care of them. They made sure that they were comfortable. They were made sure that they ate enough food and everything. What nowadays parents or whoever, in-laws or husbands, are doing is not fair. If you even touch her, it is not a problem. Make sure that she's comfortable. Make sure that she's having enough sleep. Make sure that she's not overstressing herself or straining herself doing all the household chores, or straining herself at work or something. Make sure that she's feeling fine. You need not necessarily tell your wife to sit alone at home and wait till you come back home. Before there were joint families, there were people to take care. Who are there now? Now we just live in a very small family kind of things. There's only husband and wife, or husband, wife and 2 children mostly. No one else. Who will take care of them? You don't give her food till then. You'll go home, you'll go to your workplace and come back at night, and then you feed her. That is not right? If you're doing something, think with your conscience about what you're doing. You still following all these rules blindly and hurting your wife or mother unnecessarily is not fair. Just think about it. It's not like, I don't say you don't don't follow all those things or something, because I don't say that. I personally feel there are always many many good intentions in what our ancestors told us, but I don't encourage treating women like untouchables. It's not fair. It's not at all fair to treat them like that. After all what we do every day, it's not a good thing to still treat them like shit, treat them like an untouchable, because we all work together. We are not just confined to our homes today. So it's what your intention is a very good one. You don't want to treat your wife like that, but if some man or your friend or anyone tells you the same thing, that girls should be that, they shouldn't touch anything, or they should be treated like untouchables, you should stand up and talk for your wife. Stand up and talk for all the women, so that we all can coexist happily. So I think I answered all of the questions as of now. So if there are any more questions, drop me a mail or comment down below, and I will be answering everything in the comment section. So thank you for watching my video. Make sure that you subscribe, and I'll come back with more videos, more informative videos. Thank you.